Taduha Janashmati Potrana Upashushrava. We discuss on the word Upashushrava, overheard it. That means to give attention. Maybe somebody knowingly also come and stand beside you and speak. Maybe some words will go into yours also, but not necessarily that you have to pay attention to what they are saying. It's not necessary that you take it on yourself. That, oh, they have discussed about me only, they are telling. That one verse is in heart. And you feel sorrow. You got a grief. Why? You are putting yourself into misery. The thing is, you are giving attention and you are giving so much importance, and you are accepting their discussion is for you only and about you only. मेरे बारे में बोल रहा था. Overhearing and all these things creates Shudratvam in the Raja also. That is why the king also became Shudra. So whatever the intention of this Rishi and Devadas, if he could have neglected, then he would not have knowledge also. But overhearing is also good in certain cases. If it is like this, in the case of Janashara. He overheard. Here the Indian's position is strong now, overhearing. American position is weak here. Americans feel very bad of overhearing. But actually, that's right also in one way, if it is in the Vyavaharic matters. In spiritual matters, very overhearing is not so bad. Because it is going to uplift you. But when you are overhearing the general, this worldly affair, there was talks of different people, and once you hear that, and you add something masala into it and turn to somebody else, that fellow put some more masala into it to pass over the next one, and this goes on. By the time it is that person about whom it was being discussed, everything will be odd. 100% just opposite will be, the message will be going there. And a big conflict, misunderstanding. So, in that, as far as the world affair is concerned, overhearing and giving attention to it is all very, very bad. That should not be done. Some Shastra discussions going on, if you are overhearing, it is well and good. And let the chai overflow, it does not matter, you overhear, because Shastra Jnana. And some Vyavaharic discussions going on and you give up everything and listen, that is wrong. It is not good. This is what people do. That is why in that way American position is very strong. But in this perspective, the Indian perspective, the overhearing of Shastras is good. But that too if you are eligible. Because Nishai said, if a Shudra hears Vedas, it's put into his ears, the lead. Lead, L-E-A-D, lead. You have to melt it and put it into his ears. That means he is not allowed to overhear even the Shastras.
But if he is Adhikari, and he can hear too.
That's what I told before only. If you are a competent person, when an Adhikari, then overhearing is not bad. An Anadhikari overhears even Shastras, that's also wrong. This is what I want to say.
Like Shudra means, even Shudra is Adhikari, he can hear too.
No. Apashudra Adhikari, this main discussion now will come on this. The Shastra will take place now. How Rekpa told to Janashara Shudra when he was a king. And one way you are telling Shudras have no adhikara on Veda and Upanishad and all that. On the other way, you are seeing, on the other hand, you are seeing here, Rekpa is giving knowledge to a Shudra. The objection will put up now. The Shastra, Bhashkara will say, the word here Shudra is not by caste, not by birth, not by guna and karma, not because of his qualities of a Shudra, not because of his actions and rights, the deeds that he has to do as a Shudra person in the society. Not because of those deeds he is not a Shudra. He will give her 3 different meanings of Shudra that has to be taken in the present context. So, when we speak of Shudra Anadhikari means, we are speaking of those people who are totally low casted in their capacity, their qualities, their deeds and everything is so that they are not fit to hear any spiritual thing. So, Upashushrava has overhearing. This is what yesterday we were discussing about. Overheard. He overheard it. The question arises there whether it's right or wrong. That is right depends upon in which perspective it is being done. Just that king, in the case of Kalidasa, which spoke of, is called as Murkha, fool, because he overheard a fight between husband and wife who are of his ministers, his own minister. That is completely local, some Sansarik Vyavahara was going on. He should not overhear it. If it is a matter of spiritual thing, then he could have overheard. Then maybe her wife also is so much intelligent, Bhojarajas. They were not ordinary people at that time. Especially in which court there's Kalidasa-like people, how can those would be ordinary like that? She was not an ordinary scholar. And because about Bhanumati also there's a lot of discussion. Bhojara's wife, Bhanumati, very famous. And she was very bad with she. Many times she has spoken with Kalidasa, Shastrarata she has done. And Shastra showed her that I know, I have got the siddhis. I can know everything in this world. Which is happening, is going to happen, which has happened to. For that what he did was, he made one shloka and said, there is a mole in this place, at this joint. Who can see that place? Of a woman, that too. Then he showed that I have got that siddhis, all the siddhis. I am a Trikalagya. Kalidas. He told me. He showed by making that shloka, he made realize the Bhanumati, wife of Bhoja, that I know everything. They would don't unnecessarily discuss with me. But she was putting unnecessary questions, certain things. At that time he made the shloka and told, when I can know even that, I can know everything in you. So they don't discuss much further. Just like Yajnavalkya told to Gargi, don't discuss further. This is what he did also. There is such a scholar she was also, Bhanumati. So she used the word fool means not an ordinary thing. That's why the king also did not fight with her. Why you said so? He came to the Darbar and inquired. So overhearing is right in certain, depends on the perspective, and bad also in certain other way. If it is harming to you and harming to others in one way or the other, that overhearing is bad, is a sin. After your overhearing is uplifting you, it's uplifting your human values, spiritual values, and if it's going to help to others also, then surely that overhearing is virtue, it's good. Therefore, to overhear us, you have to first understand what is the topic being discussed. Just overhearing is very bad. First know the topic of discussion, then overhear. So this is what he has to say here, the Veda wants to say is by Upa Shushra. Upa was not necessary at all otherwise here. Shushra was enough. Sai Sanjihana eva kshattaram uvacha. He, having left his bed, as soon as he got up, kshattaram uvacha. He is told to the kshatta. Kshatta, the meaning here to be taken is a charity. Because three meanings is there of the word kshatri. One is the doorkeeper is also called as kshatta. Second is the charioteer is also called as kshatta. And the chamberlain is also called as kshatta. All the three. So among the three, you can't expect this to be a doorkeeper because the king is sending him to search right. A doorkeeper, if he goes out, then who is going to give the doorkeeping work? A charioteer can ride the chariot and take it away, can go and search around. According to the context here, it's best to take a charioteer, not either a doorkeeper nor a chamberlain. And the question arises, why did a charioteer go and stand early in the morning in front of him? Had he been called to do so, how he can go there? Early morning when the minstrels go, who praise and make him get up. Suprabhatam, just we make the god Suprabhatam. Similarly, the king's Suprabhatam takes it, that is done by ministers, not but a charioteer. A charioteer only be, if the king wants immediately, then he can ask the ministers to go and call a charioteer. Because I want to go and run a chariot outside somewhere. Early in the morning when he is sleeping at that time, there is no duty of a charioteer. Therefore, the commentators take here that along with the minstrels, out of curiosity or something, or eagerness, whatever it may be, one charioteer has also joined in the singing over there, in praising the king. And that is all, maybe by God's grace or whatever it is, because of all that punya and all, the Hansas, in the form of Hansa Rishi and Devas are coming, and to get it done in practical. Maybe those deities gave a prerana and instigated one of a charity to join the minstrels in the early morning prayer. Therefore, Akshata is there, this is what you call as Kripana, Ajakripana Nyaya. You know Ajakripana Nyaya? You say a person was sitting on a tree. He had called his Kripana, his sword was there with him. And he was tired and therefore he was fear of the animals and all. He climbed up a tree and was lying down there. He slept on the tree. And certain goats and sheep and all grazing, they came below the tree, they were grazing the leaves and all. And he shook, snoring, person shakes a little, and the Kripana by chance fell down. The sword fell down. And fell down such a way, it cut the head of it. The falling of the sword and the ship coming underneath of it is a coincidence, is it not? Sometimes it's a coincidence here also. A charioteer on that day joined the minstrels to praise the king. For the coincidence, this is said. So, this is a coincidence it has happened that one of the charioteer or a few charioteers also maybe join the minstrels to see how all the process goes on, how he gets up, what is his daily activities, and maybe some eagerness had come in some charioteer and he joined the minstrels. That was the only way to get it in the early morning. This is what the commentators usually take here. Otherwise, there is no question of Kshatta getting inside the royal house early in the morning.
But can be gatekeeper, to become a doorkeeper?
Then the doorkeeper cannot be sent out for searching. He is asking that Kshatta to go and search immediately. And he takes a chariot and goes. That cannot be a doorkeeper. So therefore there is no other go. You will have to take care of the meaning of charity only. Because the same person is going for search. Vacha Angareha Segvanime Rekpamathayiti. Because he was also singing the praise with those people. Therefore he is telling to him also, you are also praising me as if I am Rekva. What are you doing, bhai? You are at least Kshatriya. You don't do what you call as false praise. These mistresses, their duty, they do like that. But you should not at least do so, being a Kshatriya. Therefore he says, Vacha Anga, oh my child, Are, He, Ha, Sayugvanam Iva, Rekvamatha. You have spoken of me as though I am that great Rayukva with the bullock cart, who lives along with the bullock cart. Iti. And the king said so. That Kshatta, the charioteer, questioned, Yonu Katam Sigva Rekva iti. Of what kind is that Raikva who is along with the chariot of whom you are speaking? The next mantra says, he repeats the whole thing that was stated by the swan. Yatha krataya vijitaya dhareyaha sayanti evamenagam sarvam tad abhisamaiti yat kincha prajaha sadhu kurvanti yas tad veda yat sa veda sa mayai taduktaiti. Yatha krataya vijitaya dhareyaha sayanti. Means the same as it is seen the winner face of the dice, which is called as krita. For such a person, krita is for that person. It's chaturthi ekvachanam, fourth case. A person who has won the dice, towards that person, as all other numbers are getting included, similarly to this person, Sayanti is included, get included. Adarayaha and lower numbers 3, 2, 1. That is the virtues of Dwapara, Treta, Dwapara and Kali. All get included. Enam Saram Tadrusameti. All of that gets included into this person. As we have seen, the number 4 comprehends 3 to 1. Yatkincha prajaha sadhu kurvanti. All that, whatsoever it might be, all the creatures, whatever they do the virtues, all those virtues get comprehended into that person who is just like Kritaya Vijataya. Who is going to become Kritaya Vijataya? Who will be like that? He says, yes, Tadveda, yet Saveda. Whatever that rank one knows, whoever knows the same knowledge, even he will also become like Samaya Tadukta. That's been stated by me, declared by me. This was the statement of the swan. It has been repeated by the king to the charioteer. Taduha means tadetad idrisham hansavakyam. This kind of talk of that, those swans, Atmana Kutsarupam, there you see. After overhearing, what is thinking that? Whatever they are speaking, they have spoken, was like an insult to him. Atmana Kutsarupam. Anyasya Vidusha. And it's the praise of another scholar. Raikvade Prajansarupam. It's a eulogistic in praise of some other man who was having great knowledge of a great meditation. Even you have to take eulogistic in praise of some other people like Raikva, etc., etc. Raikvadehe, not only Raikva, Raikvadehe, Prashamsa Rupam Upashushrava was overheard by the king, Shrutavan, where Harmyatanastha on the terrace, who? The Raja, the king, by name Janashruti, because he was the descendant of Janashruta and the great grandson of the Janashruta. Tachahansa Vakyam Smaran, the whole night this fellow has not slept. It's one insult statement is enough. The whole life will be spoiled, not one night here. And not, this is only one night, he's upset. People usually one insult sentence is enough, whole life will be spoiled. All the time it will be going on, pinching. And if wish or not, you will be seeing that side. Wherever he comes, by chance, you will know it automatically. That fellow has come. And you will be doing that side only. I have seen practically when the Aryakas Jnanpit, it happened. Two saw the spot with each other and gave gali galos, ho gaya, sab ho gaya. After that, the fellow said, Swamiji, I will not sit in the front row. Because he sits in front of me. I said, okay, sit in the back side, the next behind row. That your back will be towards him. And he sat there and started to eat. Still he's going like this. Why you are seeing back? It's your mistake. So what can you do until he is here? I can't eat your food also properly. It reminds me that he is sitting there. So what to do then? I said, same line. Said, I will not be able to see him. We have seen the same line at least. I said, okay, sit there, no problem. Again, he's going like this. So what? So that, it is there inside. You have to remove from the mind. It's not outside where he is sitting, what he is doing. You changed all the place, you tried also to forget it, but you could not. So that pinches so much, The whole night he did not sleep at all. The king did not sleep. Tacha hansavakya smaranneva pavanaha punyena ratri shesham ati vahayamasa. Tacha hansavakyam, that sentence of those swans, brooding the whole sentence, remembering it again and again. Ratri shesham ati vahayamasa. He spent rest of the whole night. Not only remembering a smaran, we is brooding, gutna. Gutu to hai na, andri andar, ek hi baat, again and again, repeating. Usna aise bola. That's called as not remembering, it is brooding, not memorizing here. He did not memorize here. He was an internal gutanta, na, where apman hua. He is feeling it is an insult. So tatah sa bandivi raja stuti yuktavihi vagbihi pratibodhyamanaha uvacha. Sir Raja, after that the king said, watch. To whom? To Kshattaram. How was it Shraddha? Bandivi stuti yuktabhir vagbihi pratibodhyamana raja. How was the king at that time? He was along with the minstrels. Bandivi are minstrels. Here you see, it's usually very clear, separately it takes Kshattaram later on. Bandivi is Trityantam and Kshattaram is Dvitiya, second case, third case. That means they are not chamberlains, they are not minstrels. By the word Kshatta, you can't take chamberlain or minstrel now. Bhashikar is separating them. Bandi is the person who praises the king. Rajadiraja Maharaj Uthiye. That person is called as minstrel in English, Bandi in Sanskrit. Stuti Yuktavi, they were singing eulogistic, praising words when he was aroused by them. Raja Pratibodhyaman, by those praising words, when the king was aroused, awakened. Actually, he was not sleeping upon at all. There's no awakening. They were doing the duty, they thinking that he is sleeping and they are awakening him in one way. Shattaram Uvacha. The king said to the charioteer. Therefore, what would be the time? Sanjihaniyeva. Early in the morning. Early in the morning, in the sense, Shayanam Nidramva Parityajan. When he was leaving his bed, he was getting off his bed. Or maybe brooding, at last what is going to happen? You may sleep also. He might have slept in the last moments of the night. Therefore, he said, Nidram Vak Parityajan, Bhashakara says. It might be both. Either he did not sleep at all, they were just getting out of the bed. Or he might have slept for a few moments before they started the praise. At that moment only might have got sleep and is getting out of the sleep, is awakened. Parityajan Hiyanga Vatsa, oh my child, Are lo. Ha, Sayugvanam eva Rekwamata. Kimmam. Did you praise me or spoke of me just like that, as though I am that Raikva who lives along with the bullock cart? Athava is another meaning it is. Sayugvanam Rekwamata Gatva Mamatad Driksham. No. Where I left one line. Sayeva Stutyarra Nahamiti Vipraya. He is only praiseworthy and not myself. This is the Abhipraya, the idea behind the statement of the king. This is one meaning he has taken. Don't praise me, you praise that Raikva only. He is praiseworthy. Or, what is speaking the king told? Don't praise me like Raikva. He is telling the sense that I want to meet Raikva. Go and search for it. This is the other sense of the same statement of the king. That's why Bhaskara says Athava, or can take the meaning of this sentence in this way also. Sayugvanam Reikvamatha, go to that Raikva and tell him. Atha means you tell him. See, the Anvaya is different now. Before what is it? Kim Atha, did you praise me like that? He was there. Now it does not. The Atha is being constituted with Raikva. Go, Gatva, go and tell that Raikva that I want to meet him. Mama tadidriksha, of my wish to meet him. So when you're taking this meaning, this sense of the sentence, then tadeva shabda avadharanartha, tadeva means tada eva shabda. Then the eva shabda cannot be here. As though, the meaning, as though. That word cannot be taken with that meaning only. Eva word should be either omitted or it should be meaningless. He says, Eva Shabda Avadharanartha Anarthagova Vacha. When you are taking the second meaning only, the first meaning you have taken is Eva only. As though I am Raikva, you are praising me. Are you praising me as though I am Raikva? This is the first meaning. In that meaning you have to take as though. Eva meaning, Eva is Sadrasham. But the second meaning is not needed at all. He is not speaking of Sadrasha. He is saying, I want to meet him. You go and tell him that I want to meet him. Therefore, here Eva means Eva, to emphasize that immediately you go and search for him and take permission of him that I want to meet him. So, Avadharanartha, to emphasize, or is Anarthakova. It is meaningless, indeclinable Eva. avacha. Sa chakshapta. And that shapta, that charioteer, he the charioteer, pratyuvacha, replied back. Because he wanted to know, if I have to search, I should know some detail. Just to say, go and ask the Raikava, where I will go in this country and find Raikava? Should tell at least his address something. So he asks, Raikava anena kamo. Why he is asking, replying back? Because who dares to reply the king? But this way is replying back. And that way with a question. Why? Because the Kshatta, the charioteer, also now having understood the avipraya, the idea of the king. Rajyo aviprayagyo. Having understood the intention of the king. Raikvanena kamo. That charioteer also decided that I should find out where is Raikva and I should bring him to him, or I should take permission from him so that the king can go and meet him. This is the only way of making the meeting. Either the king has to go or the Raikva has to come. So whatever is possible, I have to arrange a meeting. This is what he has decided. Therefore, he questions, Yonu katham Raikva Raikvaiti. Who is that Raikva about whom you are speaking so? Or with whom you would like to meet? Rajyevam chauktaha anetum tachinnam gyatum icchan. Raja, having been told so by the king, it is natural for that charioteer that he should be being desirous of knowing certain signs or indication. Tachinnam gyatum icchan. The charioteer wants to know certain characteristics of that Raikva. Because there is no address at all. That's why you have to take the meaning here. Characteristics of that Raikva. Gyatum icchan. Tachinnam in the sense here, the indicative characteristics of the Raikva. Desirous of knowing his such characteristics. What for? So that he might bring him anetum. When the king spoke of Raikva like that, the charioteer, having known, understood the intention of the king, wished to, desirous of knowing the characteristics of Raikva, to bring him, he has questioned. What was the question? Yonukatam Raikva Raikvaiti avochat. His charioteer said, who is that Raikva, or what kind is of that Raikva? What are characteristics of that Raikva of whom you are speaking? Such a Ballakshavacha. For that, he had also not known anything about the Raikva, where he is and what is not. Therefore, he just repeated the statement of those swans only. Vachanam avachat. Tasya smaran, remembering his words. Now here you cannot say brooding. We have to say remembering the words. Because by this, there is no bad effect or negative effect, or is the Kshatta, the charioteer will not feel that he is being insulted by anything. Therefore here is just remembering. Remembering the same word is going on. Many people do. They go from here to market remembering. By the time they reach the market, they forget it. They forgot. So, saha Kshatta anvishya navadviti pratyayaya tagam hovacha yatrare brahmanasya anveshana tadenam archeti. That charioteer, Kshatta, anvishya, after searching different places, navadviti pratyayaya, thinking that I am not able to find him out, or I can't find him out, he returned pratyayaya and told the king, "O king, I am very sorry that I could not find Raikva anywhere in your country." Tamovacha. To him, he the king said, "Oh, where are you trying to find him? In the city, here and there? So no use. Go to such a place where great scholar Brahmins are searched. Because they will be in a vivikta place, some solitary place. They will not be in the market. Where you will find them in the market moving? You will find foolish people moving in the market. Either who are buying or just moving people are the fools. They are wasting their time moving the market here and there unnecessarily. Otherwise, the person will go direct to the shop where he wants to go and brings and comes back. Why will be moving around in the market? And Raikpa is such a great scholar about whom the swans and the rishis and devata and the form of swans are praising. How can that fellow be sitting somewhere here and there around? Or some rest house? So he says, go and find in some solitary place where scholarly Brahmins are sitting and doing meditation, japa, tapa, dhyana and all that. Or go to some temple, find some temples. Or go and see where some scholarly, some debate is going on, some places are going on, all the Brahmins are getting together for having a debate. You go and find in such places. Yes, yatra re, where an Brahmanasya anveshana has to be found, has to be searched around for a Brahmin. There you go for him. Tad means tatra, enam. There you go and find him. Richa means find him, try to search him. A search should be made for a Brahmin where in such places you go and find out. Bhashyakara will explain which are those places. He will give here, I think, 3 places where such people will be found. Tasya Sumaran, remembering the king's words, that Shatta, the charioteer, went to where? City. Nagaram. Gramam means village. Va. Gatva. After having gone. Anvishya. And having searched for him. Raikpam. Navidam. Navidyasishamiti pratyaya. And he decided that I am not able to find him out. I can't find him. And he, pratyaya means pratyagatavan. He returned to the palace. Tabhavacha. Shattaram. And when he heard from that charioteer that he could not find anything, he could not find a clue about the Raikpa, so nobody knows him. Wherever he went, wherever he inquired, do you know anybody, any scholar like that, a great person like that? Everybody says, we don't know anything about him. So he has returned. When he came and replied this, the king says now, Kshattaram ha tam Kshattaram prati vacha raja. Are lo yatra brahmanasya brahma vidah. Brahmana means not only by birth Brahmin, he is a Brahma Jnani, Brahma Vida, a great scholar of this Vedanta. Places wherein we have to search such great scholars. Which are those places? Ekante Aranye, first. Ekante Aranye, remote forest. Not even Vanam. Vanam is forest. And Aranyam, remote forest. Very remote, very interior. Ghani Bhuta. Where you guys just we speak jungle and forest, difference is there. As a jungle, shrubs are there, others are not much. Dangerous animals are not there in jungle. But you go to forest and deep forest, we say. Forest is also not so much dangerous. A deep forest means you can't even, there is no proper light also. So much trees and so much things that you can't see properly anything over there. And there's from all different sounds, different types of sounds from all directions, fearing sounds come from that. That's called deep forest or remote forest. In such places, scholars would sit for Nidhyasanam. Ekantyaranye. And second place, like you people, Nadi Pulina Nadyo, Nadi Pulina Adho, sitting on the bank of a river and discussing on Vedanta. Vivikte Desha, third, or a solitary place, but very rare. Totally solitary place. Ekanta. Outside the village they go and sit there somewhere where there is no disturbance of any human being or any other thing. 3 places he has given. Ekantyaranye, Nadi Pulinadav, Vivikte Deshe. Anveshana, Anumarganam Bhavati. A search should be made for a scholar of that caliber. In these 3 places, go there. Tatra, go there in such places only. And enam raikpam rucha gacha. Go and find that raikpa. Tatra maranam kurityartha. That means what? Go means what? you should make a search in such places only. For that you go. Ityuktaha, on being told so by the king, what did the charioteer do? So adastha chakatasya pamanam kashavanam upopavivesha taganghavyavada tannu bhagavasya yugvare kvaidi ahagahira iti pratijajye sah kshatta avidamiti pratyaya. So adastha chakatasya, he went in such places only and he found a person sitting below a bullock cart. Adhastha shakatasya, below, under a bullock cart. Pamanam kashamanam, and what he saw? He was scratching his itches. Who was scratching his itches? Or Eurystheus is it? Eurystheus they say, no? Upopavesha. And this charioteer went and sat down near him with all humbleness and respect and humility. And he accosted him. Tama abhyavada. He accosted him and said, Tannu bhagavaha sayugvare kvaiti. Are you, sir, that great person called Raikva along with the cart? He also understood who is this fellow, from where he is coming and everything. Here, oh, yeah. Yes, I am that. He affirmed it. Pratijagye. With all neglection. Aray Sambodhan and with Plutai has been done to show that totally is negative. Foolish will come barehanded here. Nothing. And you are speaking with me. Are you such a fellow? Itiha pratijagye. He affirmed also with all neglection. Sashakda. And therefore immediately that charioteer was very, very clever, it seems. He also understood, oh, I shall not sit anymore here now. He immediately got up from there. He understood that I have found him, I have known him. Avidam iti matva sahakshata pratyaya. He came down running back to the kingdom, to the palace. He returned with the idea that I have found him. Bhashya. Kshatta. Anvishyatam vijane deshe. Having made a search in solitary places, he found in solitary place Adhastha chakatasya, below a cart, under a cart. Chakatasya means gantriyaha. Pamanam kharjum kashamanam kanduyamanam. Pamanam means kharjum. Kharjum means itches or Eurystheus. Kashamanam means kanduyamanam, scratching. Drushtava, having seen a person there, he thought, I am Nunam Sigvare Kvaiti. It seems, surely, this is that person. This is the one called as Raikva, maybe. Not maybe, you say Nunam. Nunam is surely. This person is of that Sigvare Kvaiti. Upa Samipe Upavesha. He went close and sat down. How he sat? Vinayena upavishtavan, with all humility, with all respect and pranam and all the what you call as the procedure to meet a Brahmin, and that to a scholar, he went through and he did it. And then sat. Tancharikvam abhyavada uktavan. And he spoke to him, to that Raikva. What he said? Tamasi he Bhagava. Bhagava means, oh sir, are you Tamasi Bhagavan Suyugvare Kvaiti? Are you called that by name Raikva who is along with the cart? Evam prashto. Having been asked so, what is the reply? Aham asmi. Yes, I am that Raikva Suyugva. Yara. Araiti anadare. You see, is used here in anadare. With indifference. To show an indifference, he is using Pluta array. Pratijajye abhyugatavan. He affirmed that yes, I am that. Satam vijjaya vijjaya avidam vijjatavan asmiti pratyaya. Having identified him, vijjaya means having identified him, he decided that, oh, now I have known this person, where he is sitting and how he is. Vijjatavan asmiti pratyaya pratyagataha, he returned to the palace to the king. So, after hearing that the person has been found, where is at present sitting, now the king, because the way the indifferent, what you call as reaction of the Raikwa, due to that, the charioteer was not bold enough to ask him to come to the palace. He understood by that only, that is by, but I should not further speak much more here, otherwise he'll start something else. He may scold, give abhishapam, something, curse or something may happen. Therefore he got afraid and ran away from there. And king also understood the way he has come, that means, and the way he has treated to my charioteer, it's very clear that is total virakta, he will not go anywhere, and is doing khujli, he is there. He is itching. That means his wishes also, he imagined well. And he takes some money and all, and goes with him. Tadva jana shari pautrayana षट्शतानि गवाम निष्कम अशोतरी रथम तदादाय प्रत्यक्रमे तगुम ह अभ्युवाद तद्व जान श्रुति तत्र following the report of the charioteer, the king thought or understood, you can say, that surely this Rishi Raikwa wants to become a householder. There is not the itches in some other place. It is in the genital organs around. Usually it happens in the age of in between about 20 to 30. Or if we try to control his brahmachari and all, usually this happens. And nowadays this ring cutter and all, some such medicines are coming and they apply that and they try to control or subside the itches. And that shows that he is coming completely to puberty also, and the wish to have sex. This he imagined, Janashruti, and thought that surely he wants to marry. But he has nothing. He is along with a clan. Who is going to give anybody? Which parents will give their daughter to such a fellow who has no house? Where he will keep her? So what is his earning? Many things question. Usually it is a question. So nobody will give to such a person their daughter. Therefore, thinking all that, the king thought, I should give him so much wealth that he can be married properly. Therefore, he took only wealth. Therefore, he says here, what he took wealth? Shatani gavam. He took 600 cows. Nishkan, a golden necklace. Ashwatari ratham, a chariot drawn by the she-mules. Not only mules, she-mules. Ashwatara is he-mule. Ashwatari is she-mule. Khachari, Khacharon se nahi, Khacharion se. Tadadaya, having taken that much wealth along with himself, Prachakrame, he went to that place where Raikwa was sitting. Tam Abhivada, he accosted customly, with all humility, as follows. And spoke to him as follows. The next mantra will say what he said. Tat means tatra, following the report of the charioteer, having known thus, Rishehe Gharasthim Pratyabhiprayam. You see, Bhashkar says, Rishehe Gharasthim Prati Abhiprayam Budva, having understood that this Rishi, the sage, wants to enter into the householder life, Dhanarthitancha, and for that purpose he is wishing money, wealth too. Ha means indeed, ha means indeed. He not only thought or imagined, but he has decided, he is confirmed that surely this fellow wants to get married and he wants money for that purpose. Janashrutihi Pautrayanaha, the son of Janashrutha, the descendant of Janashrutha, and the great grandson of Janashrutha, he went Shatani Gavam Nishkam Kantaharam, 600 cows, a golden necklace, Kantaharam, necklace, Ashwatari Ratham, A chariot pulled by 2 she-mules, Ashwatari Bhyam Yuktam. So Bhashakara says, not Ashwatari Bhi. We can't take many. Only 2. Ashwatari Bhyam Yuktam Ratham. It's called as Ashwatari Ratham. A chariot pulled by 2 she-mules. Taken all these things along with him, Tadadaya, having taken this wealth along with himself, Dhanam Grihitva, that wealth, Pratichakrame. Tadadaya means Dhanam Grihitva. Tad Dhanam Grihitva, having taken all that wealth along with himself, Pratichakrame, Raikvam Pratikatavan, went out proceeding towards the place where Raikva was sitting. Tanchagatva, having reached him over there, Abhyuvada, Abhyuptavan, he accosted him customly. And then he said, Raikvemani Shatchatanikava Mayam Nishkoyam Ashwatariratho Anumayera Etam Bhagavo Devadam Shadhi Yo Yam Devatam Upasa Iti. Biggest mistake starts. Very first word is using is wrong. Hey Raikva, he is addressing by name. And a guru should not be addressed. First mistake. Hey Raikva. Imani Shat Shatani. Here are these 600 cows, this golden necklace, and the chariot pulled by the 2 she-mules. Take all this money, all this wealth, and what you do? In return, Sir Bhagava, he is now giving the respect word, Bhagava, later on. Bhagava, Etam Devatam, Yam Devatam Upasya, Ma Shadhi. Yam Devatam, on which deity you are meditating, please instruct me about that deity, accepting me as a disciple. Shadhimantam Prabannam, even Gita says. Shadhi means instruct me. Give the Upadesha. That means Shishyaste, even he tells very clearly that here the word Shadhi, by that only you are implying that the king is accepting himself as a Shishya, as a disciple, and is accepting Raikva as his master, the Guru. Upasayati. As and because he wants to buy this knowledge by wealth, also is called a Shudra. Bhashakara will tell 3 reasons I will give, that in this only it will come. Next mantra.
But Swami, a person should not go to elderly people and then to Guru and the sannyasis with the hands. Right? You have to take something.
Yes, it's
so
right.
Maybe that's the reason why the king took all this. Not
Anu, you see, Anuma etam bhagavo devadagan shadhi. That means what? Having taken this, in return you give me the vidya. Anu shadhi, na? Anu is there, you have to join with shadhi. You instruct me, you could have told directly. Why is using anu? Anu is paschat. Paschat means after. After what? After receiving this wealth, in return you give me. This is what's happening. The word anu is implying very clearly here that he is buying this vidya by this much money. He is evaluating the knowledge of Raikva with this much money, with this much wealth. That means what? Because of that, he felt it is an insult. The statement of the swans, he felt it is an insult. His viveka is lost. In the statement, the what you call as the swan statement, it's very clear that that fellow who has got the knowledge of Raikva will also attain the results of all the virtues of all the creatures. That means what? That person can attain even heavens. He has got everything with him. What will do this wealth will do for him? This materialistic wealth is nothing for him, actually. A person who has got such a spiritual wealth and he does not want anything at that moment instead of his knowledge. He does not want to, he cannot sell his knowledge, he cannot evaluate that knowledge at all. So that's the thing. And but he was saying what? Anumam Shadi. Having taken this money, this much wealth, in return you You sell your vidya to me in one way you are saying. That's not right. That's what Bhaskara will tell later. This is the bhavana of that king. That's what their intention in speaking, in using the word Anu. Therefore, Raikwas understands this. He says Shudra, that is what way. You are Shudra for 3 reasons. One, you want to buy the knowledge. You want to evaluate this knowledge. That's your Shudra. A Shudra can do this. Not a Kshatriya or Vaishya or Brahmana cannot do that. He cannot ask in return of some wealth, some vidya. Any vidya cannot be evaluated at all. He can give Guru Dakshina, give is different. You are going to a Guru, give 100 rupees, and give some fruits and all, that's a different thing. It's a Guru Dakshina like. And you can't say that with this, taking this as fruits and 100 rupees, please give me that vidya. How is that possible? Nobody can say like that. But this one is saying, Anumam Shadi. So that is why the Shudra and all is being told.